Hey everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and it's Tuesday afternoon. I had not planned on doing a video today. I really hadn't planned on doing one till probably the end of the week once we find out who gets into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. But a topic came up through some comments on a couple of my videos that really made me want to do a video today about this topic, and that's the great collecting debate that happens of quality in your collection versus quantity in your collection. And we all struggle with it. We all have to deal with it because there's two kind of facts about collecting. Number one, if money wasn't an issue, we would all choose and always choose the highest graded card for our graded card collection. The coolest looking autograph, the lowest numbered card, all of these things if money wasn't an issue. But guess what? The other truth is that all of us are on some kind of collecting budget, and therefore we have to decide from a value standpoint what makes the most sense for what we do. Now, some people would say, well, you should always try to get the highest grade that you can, and I do. I try to get the highest grade that I can, but as we all know, when it comes to the two areas that I'm going to talk about, which is graded cards and autograph collecting, that there's a significant difference, a significantly exponentially higher difference between grades. And so what I did with the graded card aspect of this debate is I took the 1960 Topps registry, Hall of Fame registry, and I wrote down all the cards, and I typed it all up, and I added up what I paid for the card, what my grades are, and then what a PSA 8 would cost. And that's easily findable now on PSA's website. They have basically what's equivalent to the VCP. You can go online and see what certain grades of cards cost. And I can tell you that for my 1960 Topps Hall of Fame set registry, I spent $1,629 on the 42 cards. And my average grade is a 5.82, which is almost a 6, which for 1960 Topps is great. Or at least it's good for me. It's fine for me. Would I like to have 7s, 8s, and 9s in every card? Of course I would, but I can't. Because if you add up the cost of PSA 8s for all those 42 cards, it's over $12,000. The difference is almost it's $10,643 is the difference between having a set with all 8s in it and a set like mine that's kind of a mid-grade set, but I have all the cards. And that's where I have to weigh this. Do I want to buy all the cards, or do I want to buy only a few of the cards in a high grade? And for me, every day of the week, twice on Sunday, I'm going to pick having all the cards and having a nice, aesthetically pleasing set. And I'll give you two examples. I have two examples right here. The first one is the Harmon Killebrew from this set. Mine happens to be a PSA 7. Which I paid a little over $40 for a 7. But a PSA 8 is over $120. So it's 3 times as much. I could have 3 PSA 7s or 1 PSA 8. I'm going to take the 7 all the time and still have $80. It's only $80 more. And people say, well, it's only 80 bucks. Get the 8. No. That's $80 more that I could use to buy several more cards like this one. Oh, here's the Brooks Robinson from the same set, 1960 Topps. Brooks Robinson in a PSA 7. Again, I paid almost $40 for this, $37.53. But a PSA 8 in this is almost 150 bucks for an 8 in this card. And this is a 7. There's nothing wrong with this card. It's great, except for the hair that's on it. But other than that, this is a great card for my collection, for what I want to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to collect what you want. And I get it. Wherever you fall on this side, or whatever side of this argument you fall on, quantity versus quality, great. But, you know, to me, it's just silly to overspend for those really high grade cards, you know, those investor grade cards, when for me, it's not about the money. I'm never going to I don't look at collecting as a business. I don't look at it as my retirement fund or anything. It's a hobby. And because of that, I have to carefully allocate the resources that I choose to give to this hobby and to use for cards. So I want to try to get the most grade for the least money, what we would call the best value, the best bang for your buck. And in graded cards, I think you just got to be really careful because you can overpay and end up not being able to do what you want. And again, in this case, $1,629 for what I paid, and I have all the cards. $12,272 to get all the cards in an 8. That's over 10 grand I can use for my collection in other areas and get other stuff that I want. So then there's the autograph debate, and this is true for autographs just as much as it is for graded cards. The quality of the autograph matters in terms of how much you're going to pay, what it's on, etc., etc. But in reality, at the end of the day, no matter what the item is, the player signed it. The player touched it, the player signed it. Whether it's a sticker, autograph, an on-card this, or a in-person that, or a jersey, or whatever, the difference matters in what item it's on. But let's take cards, for example, because it's kind of easy. Because I can show you, I showed these cards the other day, but here's a Barry Bonds, Topps 85 401 is going to love this. Here's a Barry Bonds, Immaculate Marks number to 25. Here's a Barry Bonds, Immaculate Marks number to 10. So if you look at both of these cards, hey, guess what? Barry Bonds signed both of them. He spent the same amount of time signing each of these. He used the same pen, most likely. He interacted with the card an equal amount of time. And so if you said to me, one's number to 25, one's number to 10, and that's the only difference. In fact, I would argue if you put the autographs and scrutinize them, that the number to 25 auto is actually a higher quality, more legible signature of Barry Bonds than the number to 10 one. I paid twice as much for this one. Now, I've done it in this case because I'm going after the set. But if I was just an autograph collector looking for a Barry Bonds card and I saw both of these, and let's say this one was about $200, this one was $100, give or take. I can't remember exactly what I spent, but that's about what they cost. And so if I said I have $200 to spend on the best Barry Bonds autograph I can buy, and you had these two choices, I would still tell you to buy this card because you can take this one and still have $100 left over to go buy something else. And it doesn't make any sense at all, in my opinion, to spend more on the number to 10 card unless you're going after the set. But again, same Barry Bonds autograph as an example. And that's true for a lot of stuff out there that you see from collecting autographs of players. Try to find the best value. If you look at two cards and all things being equal, one's way cheaper and it's maybe more higher print run, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think he still signed it. In this case, Barry Bonds still signed it for the number to 25 one. So that's kind of my opinion on that. I would love to hear what everyone else thinks about this idea and would love to hear your take on quality versus quantity and why you feel that way. And there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer to this. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own collecting style. And we all have to decide how we want our collection to look. That's just what I think makes the most sense. And I think it's a great topic to discuss and debate. And I look forward to hearing what all of you have to say. Remember to like and subscribe, and appreciate you tuning in and watching. Have a great day and keep collecting.